So good morning, happy lunchtime here from Chantilly. It is quarterfinals day for Open de France 2023, the opening of our quarterfinals. And what a triple header of games we have for you today. My name is John Kent. I'm delighted to be here commentating all of these games for you today. As I say, 3 quarterfinals taking place today, 1 following up tomorrow. And what a game we have in store. Kazak out there in the red shirts, and then the famous white shirts of Brittany Polo Club to go through the lineups then. Playing for the Coupe Bertha as well, Kazak, Sebastian Aguadont at number 1 of Nord goals. Then comes Antonio Hegi at number 2 of 5, Nico Perez at number 3 of 8, Beltran Lale of 3 goals. Playing against them for Brittany Polo Club, Santos Iriarte. What a player he is, what a tournament this young 1-goal player has, playing in the number 1 shirt. Number 2, Jean-Francois Decaux. Number 3, Diego Cabernet. Back is Ben Horikiza. Your 2 umpires, Rafa Silva, Peter Wright, Henry Fisher is your 3rd man in the stand. So here we are, the 23rd French Open. 16 goals. These are your top scorers of the tournament so far. Facundo Sola, he will be playing later on with Esso. Hero Del Carril, they lead the charts at 24 and 21 goals respectively. Then Nico Perez, you would expect to see him leading this list at the end of this opening game. Juan Gris Zavaleta, they are both on 20, and then Juan Martin Zabia. He has 19 goals so far. So as I say, we have made it to the quarter-final stage. 18 teams, they started this 23rd edition of the French Open here. playing in this wonderful polo club in Chantilly, just about half an hour outside of the City of Lights, Paris, here in France. It has been a great tournament. You can catch all the news of it from our app, the Polo Line TV app, available both on Google Play and on the App Store as well. Do join us today on social media. We are across Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or X, as it is now called, and TikTok as well. Let us know what you think of this contest. But it is the Gold Cup over in Spain recently. Jean-Francois Decaux, you see there in the number 2 shirts. Brittany Polo Club, one of the most famous lineups in Europe. The players just lining up, getting ready to get this game underway, and the ball goes and playing it straight away out the back of the line out, and it is here with Laulay. Laulay has Nico Perez behind him. Nico Perez just leaves it behind, but Bertrand Laulay comes back on for play, just turning it round now, under pressure straight away there from Diego Kavanagh, but look at the confidence of Laulay, leaving it now to Nico Perez. Nico Perez, he's got one more shot from here. Nico Perez just takes it up towards the back line. Big bump on a ride-off by Iriarte as the ball just heads towards the back line. I think it may well have stayed in play, but it's under the control now of Kisa here for Brittany Polo Club, and first chance now for these white shirts. Brittany Polo Club undefeated in this tournament so far, with Diego Kavanagh leaving it now to Akisa, sends it out left, looking for a run of Diego Kavanagh, who kept on going, but back there with him straight away was Heggie. Heggie not a lot of distance on the backhand as it falls again here now for Iriarte. Behind him comes Nico Perez, just a little bit scrappy here in the opening exchanges as Diego Kavanagh just looks now to put a bit of calmness and composure on the play as he takes it out now towards the waiting Heggie. Heggie here now with Kavanagh. Kavanagh leaves the ball behind. It will be picked up here by Akisa, just tapping the ball up towards the waiting Heggie. Sent long there by Akisa. There at the back though will be Laulay. Laulay just for time to play the tail backhand, looking for Nico Perez on the turn. But look at the confidence there of Iriarte. What a tournament he has had. MVP in that opening game against Saint Mermins. It's sent long down the ground by Diego Kavanagh. So opening chances in this game for both sides, and that one is scored by Diego Kavanagh. Just waiting to see what the goal judge says, but the goal is scored, and it is Diego Kavanagh, the opening goal of this game. Looking back there in defence was Laulay, but the players come back to the centre of the ground, and it's Brittany Polo Club in the white shirts who lead this game 1-0 off the back of a Diego Kavanagh field goal there. Ball goes back in play, and it falls here for Heggie. Heggie, what a trio of names in this Kazak side as Nico Perez now comes on for ball, sends it down the ground, looking for a run now of Laulay, and Laulay's got away. It's Bertrand Laulay on the near side, and it's an instant response by the Kazak side. Bertrand Laulay picking up the pass from Nico Perez after good initial work done by Antonio Heggie. As we have a look here at the instant replay, sent long down the ground. Heggie got away on the near side. Kavanagh wasn't going to catch him, so gave up the chase early. And it is Bertrand Laulay with the early score, and Kazak tie us up here. And what a game. This one is simmering nicely here in the opening of our 5 chukkers. As I said, Kazak, they come up against an undefeated side here in Brittany Polo Club. Kazak themselves, they lost the opening game against a tough La Berta side, also in these quarterfinalists, but have been pretty much perfect since then. 2 convincing victories as well, as Jean-Francois Decaux now looks to take on Bertrand Laulay. Laulay hooked up a play by Diego Kavanagh, waiting behind him there is Nico Perez. Oh, Perez came in. Diego Kavanagh, he was quick to it, as it's here now with Diego Kavanagh. Only there of Nico Perez. Left now for Akisa. Akisa taking it to the left-hand side for blocking work done by Diego Kavanagh as Nico Perez sends it long down the ground, looking to see if he can find Heggie. Heggie's got there on the near side, spinning it back around. It's still here now with Antonio Heggie, but the pressure of Iriarte was enough. Iriarte with the tail backhand, left behind, back down the ground there by Perez. Is going to pick it up will be Jean-Francois Decaux with the near side backhand, turning it round, and there now with Kavanagh. Kavanagh looking to pick it up now in front of the chasing Bertrand Laulay. Is Diego Kavanagh taking on Akatwi and coming across there. The number 1 for Kazak riding down the line was Diego Kavanagh. And as we have a look here on the instant replay, Diego Kavanagh appealing clearly for the foul. And this will be a penalty too in favour of Brittany Polo Club. It was Sebastian Agotant who just got caught there. So Ben Hurakisa now coming round to take this penalty shot, and the chance here for Brittany Polo Club to restore the lead. Hurakisa with the 30-yard penalty, undefended, dribbles over the line, so the goal is scored. And Ben Hurakisa, he opens his account for the game. Players come back to the centre of the ground as we have a look at that instant replay. Bit of a left-hand swing to it, but the goal was scored. So here we are in the first chucker. The Open de France de Polo, 2-1. The undefeated Brittany Polo Club lead. Thank you to our sponsors as they flash across the screen. Klanova Noah Capital were one of the sides that Kazak were able to overcome in those group stage victories. It's here with Iriarte. He will leave it now for Diego Kavner. Kavner goes to right-hand side. Nico Perez waits with him, so Akisa sends it long down the ground, but there in defence is the young 15-year-old player, Beltran Laulay, with the open backhand, looking to see if he can find Perez on the turn, but it's picked up instead by Diego Kavner, who sends it, sorry, no, that was Akisa finding Kavner. Kavner on the near side, looking to take on Laulay. Look at the defensive work there by Beltran Laulay, and it's left now for Antonio Heggie. Heggie just swoops it out towards the boards, looking again for Laulay. The ball, it will stay in play as Laulay sends it long down the ground, just heading towards the centre of the ground, picked up there by Heggie just for a second as it's given now to Nico Perez. Perez in between Akisa and Diego Kavner, still now with Nico Perez. He glances behind him to see which teammate he has in support. It's still here now with Perez, eventually numbered out there as Akisa got the hook and left now for Diego Kavner. We go to the final minute and a half here of the opening of our 5 chuckers. Sent out to the right-hand side, looking for Diego Kavner. Chasing up in front as well is Iriarte, but coming across now in defence will be Antonio Heggie. Heggie here for Kazak, turning round in front of Iriarte. But it will be picked up instead by Nico Perez. Perez, we are in the final minute here of this first chucker. Perez sends it long, looking for Heggie, who's got away. Heggie here for Kazak, looking to tie it up under the neck towards the goal. I don't think he quite had the distance on it. Left behind, it's right there on the doorstep as Diego Kavner now comes in front of Aguitant. Diego Kavner just slows it down to the right-hand side. Aguitanti comes in, but it's still there. Good composure by Diego Kavner right in front of his own goal. Now goes to the left-hand side. Went for a big shot, goes up high into the air. Beltran Laulay and Nico Perez just crowding out round there on Diego Kavner. Bounce of the ball and sent long, but good defensive spot here by Aguitant, who goes back here now for his Kazakh side. Little tap on the ball. In comes Jean-Francois Decaux. Picked up now instead by Laulay. Laulay now, sorry, no, Perez. Perez appealing for a foul. The umpires say play on as the backhand gets sent back round, and it's going to be Kazakh back here in defence now with Nico Perez spinning back round in front of Iriarte. If the umpires say play on for the time being, as Nico Perez has the time to spin back round there in front of the returning Iriarte. Nico Perez, long drive down the ground, looking to see if he can find Aguitant in the front, but it's there with Diego Kavner. Tail backhand played by first Iriarte as it falls now for Beltran Laulay, looking for Nico Perez. Seconds remaining here in this opening chucker. It's Aguitant with the shot towards the goal, and it's the first goal of the game for Sebastian Aguitant. Stick in the air, pump of a fist, and he's happy with his work there. There were just seconds remaining on the clock as the ball there. Great play by Antonio Heggie it was to get the hook initially, and then clinical in front of goal there. Sebastian Aguitant, he's got his first goal of this quarter-final. And we are all tied up here at the end of our first chucker. Kazak and the undefeated Brittany Polo Club, 2 goals apiece.
Muy agradecido a Nick, a Santi, a toda la organización de Manara, que la verdad que está haciendo una labor impresionante. Vienen año a año ganando todo y mejorando un montón. Esos son buenísimos. La verdad que Santi juega un huevo, sabe mucho cómo ubicarse en la cancha, nos ordena. Y Lorenzo es un animal, donde le tira la pelota te mete un gol. Así que imagínate, yo no tengo que hacer foul nomás. Termina esto y volvemos para Argentina. Yo voy a estar jugando la clasificación, primera vez, con Alegría, con Freddy Manix, Santi Cernadas y Rufo Benzadón. Arrancamos el 6 de octubre, pensando bastante en eso y la caballada que se va poniendo un poquito de ritmo en Argentina. Es un poco difícil desde acá, pero por suerte tengo gente que me ayuda allá y nada, la verdad que con muchas ganas de llegar. Nada, bueno, Tommy viene, le está costando perder, le está costando bastante perder. La verdad que viene bien Tommy y nada, sí, papá nos mira siempre, nos manda un mensaje diciéndonos qué piensa. Generalmente no son cosas muy buenas, pero bueno, nos corrige bastante y mamá también. Nada, nos seguimos bastante cerquita.
Bueno, suerte en lo que quieras.
8 hommes sur 10 préfèrent la bille Carbon Protect de L'Oréal Men Expert. Même les plus grands sportifs, une protection 48 heures pour affronter tous vos défis. Et pour garder le rythme, découvrez le nouveau soin anti-fatigue Hydra Énergétique. Votre peau est transformée, hydratée et énergisée. Faites l'essai, L'Oréal Men Expert, parce que vous le valez bien.
So welcome back, the second chukker. And what an opening chukker that was. The first of our 3 quarterfinals today. Kazak Brittany Polo Club playing now, of course. Then we have the champions, Talent Trackers, playing against La Magdalene. That game will be 5 o'clock here in France, here in Central Europe. So Brittany Polo Club looking to get underway quickly here. The pass sent down the ground, looking for Jean-Francois Decaux. Jean-Francois Decaux under pressure. The open backhand played by Laulay, looking for a Hegi on the turn, but there first was Iriarte. Just got a little flick on the play, the tail backhand into the pony there by Nico Pires, and there will be a chance now for Diego Kavanagh. Kavanagh running there in defence as Laulay. Diego Kavanagh, one tap away. Diego Kavanagh, his second score of this game, and just as we saw right at the beginning of the opening chukker, Diego Kavanagh runs to goal. Just got a little bit fortuitous with a backhand hitting into his own pony, but then just goes in between Laulay and Pires. Nothing that the Kazakh side could do, and Brittany Polo Club, they lead again. 3 goals to 2. So as I say, first of our 3 quarterfinals today. Kazakh Brittany Polo Club playing here for the Copa Laberta. Talent Trackers, La Magdalene, Laberta, Esso. What a lineup we have on this opening quarterfinal day. Amanara, we heard that from Benno Pinello in between the chukkers, what it means to be playing with that organisation alongside Santi and Lorenzo Chavan. They play tomorrow. Please do make sure you tune in for that one as well. But here in this first quarterfinal, it's there with Diego Kavanagh, Nico Pires. He comes in, the open backhand played only as far though as Benho Akisa. Akisa to the right hand side there of Laulay. Antonio Hegi getting involved as well. Here now with Santos Iriarte. Iriarte reaches out behind him, leaves the ball behind. It's getting messy there right in front of the goal. Diego Kavanagh, he swoops in, and amongst it all, the umpires have spotted a whistle on the ground. So as we have a look here at this instant replay, all the players going in for there. Jean-Francois Decaux, Aguedam, they were coming in. Diego Kavanagh appealing for the foul, and there's one of a few there that the umpires could pick out. Bringing in the HPA umpires, you see there, Peter Wright, Rafa Silva, they are the 2 men in charge out here for this game being played under the HPA rules. Really experienced bunch of umpires out here in Chantilly for this tournament. Henry Fisher on the sidelines as the 3rd man in this game himself as well. And the decision has gone in favour of Kazakh. Now, young Beltran Laulay, name that the European polo circuit has got very familiar to throughout this summer. Finalist in the British Open with Dubai. Great season at Sotogrande as well. We saw his younger brother, Rufinho Laulay. Children, of course, of former 7-goal player Gaston Laulay. What a summer the Laulay family have had as Beltran Laulay hits it out now to Hegi. Hegi, who we saw playing for Black Bears in the UK as well, leaves it now for Nico Pires. Pires just taking his place there in between a couple of Akisa and Diego Kavanagh. Back here in defence will be Jean-Francois Decaux. Great play in defence by Decaux, just taking it out now towards the board. Deflects off the board, stays in play. Jean-Francois Decaux leaves it now for Iriarte. Talk about one-goal players making impression. Santos Iriarte, he has done just that in this tournament, and he's got Diego Kavanagh running away. He was hooked just in time there by Heggie. Heggie leaves it now for Bertrand Laulay. In comes Jean-Francois Decaux, and the umpires blow a whistle on the play. Jean-Francois Decaux just getting a little bit stuck there in front of Bertrand Laulay as we have a look here on the instant replay. It's a good play there by Laulay. Jean-Francois Decaux having that near side play. Looks behind him. Not happy with the decision, but it is going to be a penalty here in favour of Kazak, and a chance here to tie us up in the second of our 5 chukkers. It looks like it's going to be Nico Perez. Penalty 2. This is what it looks like. So Nico Perez with the penalty 2, convincing as you like the scores. They are all tied up here in this opening quarterfinal. And Nico Perez, as we saw right at the beginning, he's right up there in the terms of goal scorers in this tournament. That takes him to 21, his first goal of this game. Nico Perez. Jean-Francois Decaux, of course, very familiar with the Perezes. He won at the British Open back with Labamba de Oreco as they were with Gonzalito and Facundo. Of course, more recently won it as well with Next Generation with Proto Adolfo Cambiasso and Diego Kavanagh, part of that lineup as well, 2 times winners of the British Open. Jean-Francois Decaux under various guises. It's the near side backhand played there by Ben Hoakisa, looking now for Diego Kavanagh. Kavanagh, he will pick it up here for Brittany Polo Club again. We are about halfway through this second chukker now, just looking for the pass, but didn't get the clean connection, so coming onto the ball again will be young Bertrand Laulay. And look at their confidence there. Laulay, he's gone round the Brittany Polo Club defence. It's up to Jean-Francois Decaux now, coming across. The umpires have a look. Jean-Francois Decaux concedes the line to Bertrand Laulay. Bertrand Laulay picks up the bounce of the ball. Kazak, can they find the score? Bertrand Laulay leaves it right there in front of the goal mouth and ushered over the back line. No, it stays in play. The open backhand played there by Ben Hoakisa. The danger not yet over as Heggie gets the near side backhand. Now it is over the back line. Great defensive work. You've got to give Jean-Francois Decaux the credit there. He kept on going back with Bertrand Laulay as it goes over the back line. In the end, it was left right on the doorstep, and Brittany Polo Club, they breathe a big sigh of relief as it comes back into play here with Hoakisa. Hoakisa with the tap. Sends it out right now looking for Diego Kavanagh. Kavanagh got a lot of space. Good work it was by Ben Hoakisa, just taking away the men to allow Diego Kavanagh the time just to tap the ball up towards the waiting Nico Perez. Perez not having life made easy for him. He does eventually get round Hoakisa, but Diego Kavanagh, now he's got to be quick. He's not quite quick enough as Perez, he swoops in, but he can't pick up the second bounce. The shot sent long down the ground, but across back in defence now will be Antonio Heggie, just having the speed to get round in front of Iriarte. Iriarte still pushing hard there. Heggie just leaves the ball behind, picked up and spun round in defence now by Laulay. With him as well is Nico Perez. Perez comes away with possession of the ball, but the umpires spotting a foul on the play. As we have a look here, it was Diego Kavanagh and Santos Iriarte putting on that pressure, and it looks like Nico Perez, as he came around picking up the play, Diego Kavanagh had the line. Frustration then for Kazak, and having a chance, as they did just about a minute ago, 4 goals to 3 to the good. Get their first lead of the game. Suddenly it's going to be a close penalty, this time in turn of Brittany Polo Club. Ben Hoakisa scored one of these in the opening chukker. Let's see if he can repeat the trick now and restore that lead. A penalty 2, 30-yard penalty. So Hoakisa with the 30, a clean strike through the centre of the goal, and Brittany Polo Club undefeated to this stage here in these quarterfinals. They have that lead, 4-3, and it's Ben Hirakis for his second goal of the game, his second 30-yard penalty to go with the 2 field goals early on in each chukker by Diego Kavanagh as we approach the final minute here of this second chukker. Like I say, we are all over social media. Do let us know. We're live on Facebook. You can stream this game right now as well. Do let us know what you think of this game as Diego Kavanagh looks to take it to the left-hand side of Nico Pires. The 2-8 goalers come together. Diego Kavanagh couldn't quite get the shot, and the backup was there, but Santos Iriarte beaten out of it, and now it's here with Antonio Hegi. Hegi looks up towards Nico Pires. Pires with the drive down the ground, looking to see if Laulé or Aguitan to the front can get the ball. It's Sebastian Aguitan with the shot towards the goal. He's already got 1 goal today, but Jean-Francois Decaux puts a stop to his second attempt. The open backhand played, but quickly to it there was Hegi. Hegi in front of Akisa, just spinning back around. Picked up here now by Santos Iriarte. Not giving up the chase there is Antonio Hegi. Below him there is Nico Pires, and Pires with the pass down the ground, looking to see if he can find Laulé in space, and it's Beltran Laulé out there in front of Diego Kavanagh. Great composure in front of goal. Beltran Laulé ties us up with what could well be the last action here of this second chukker, and both these chukkers running a very similar course. A goal right at the death by Kazak, and we are all tied here. Beltran Laulé making it 4 goals apiece. And that will indeed be the end of the second chukker, the opening quarter-final being played for the Copa Berta. And we are tied, 4 goals all, between Kazak and Brittany Polo Club.
La passion. La compétence. L'exclusivité. Le choix dans chaque détail. Le goût du dépassement des soi, du challenge. L'attrait pour la compétition, dans ce qu'elle a de plus noble. L'esprit d'équipe pour atteindre un objectif commun. Autant de valeurs que Engelfökers partage avec l'univers du polo et autant de valeurs que nos conseillers Engelfökers défendent chaque jour sur leur terrain d'expertise. Être à votre écoute, vous accompagner et vous satisfaire, c'est notre challenge en chaque instant.
Come back here. What an end to that chukker it was. Beltran Laulé getting that score to tie us up 4 goals all. First of our 4 quarterfinals. 3 of them taking place today, and then we have 1 as well taking place tomorrow. What a day it is just to go through the lineup here in Chantilly. At 5 o'clock, Talent Trackers, the reigning champions of the French Open. They play La Magdalene, a name the whole of the world of polo is paying attention to the last couple of years. And then 6 o'clock, 6:30 I should say, sorry, here, local time in France, Central Europe. It is La Berta taking on Esso. Facundo Sola, top scorer in this tournament so far, playing in the final game of today. But here we are, players back in the center of the ground. Ball goes back in play Aguadan just takes it out. Looking there for a pass to Perez. The 2 8-goalers, Nico Perez and Diego Kavanagh, seeing plenty of each other so far in this game. Oh, it's stolen. Oh, he nearly got there. Nico Perez was convinced he had every right to go for it, but the umpires have blown a whistle. We'll have a look at the instant replay. Diego Kavanagh just spun round there. Nico Perez, he's claiming that Kavanagh had lost it underneath his horse, but the umpires not convinced, and it's going to be a penalty shot against the 8-goal Nico Perez, younger brother, as I say, of Facundo and Gonzalito, winner of the British Open with Jean-Francois Decaux back in 2009. That one was. Of course, we do head to the Argentine season. It begins this coming Tuesday. The Copa Thai Polo, Fly Polo and Travel, your tailor-made service for all your travel, as people do start turning attention to the Argentine season. And we get underway. The Jockey Club Open, Copa Thai Polo, starting on Tuesday. These games available on Polo Line TV as well. The tee now with Ben Hurakiza, penalty for 60-yard shot, and what a strike that is by Ben Hurakiza. We've seen him lethal from the 30-yard mark so far, this time from 60. Absolutely rocketed that one straight through the center of the goal. We have a look there, no chance stopping it. Then Banana left as well. What a penalty that is by Ben Hurakiza. So still this game, each chucker takes a familiar pattern. An early goal for Brittany Polo Club. Can they now look to get some daylight between these two sides for the first time? Diego Kavanagh fancies it. He's looking to run round Antonio Hegyi, who goes back. Antonio Hegyi just got there. The open backhand played by Nico Perez, and Antonio Hegyi now taking on Decaux. Oh, he left it behind. His eyes lit up just for a second, but it's being picked up now by Nico Perez. Perez appealing for a foul. The umpires playing the advantage. Long drive down the ground by Nico Perez, looking to see if Antonio Hegyi can get there, but it's Decaux. The tail backhand back into the danger area, and Iriarte, he came across. Antonio Hegyi appealing for the foul, and this one looks like it will go in favor of Kazak. Jean-Francois Decaux went for the tail backhand, didn't quite have enough distance on it. Iriarte comes round in front of Antonio Hegyi, and it's going to be a penalty shot in favor of Kazak, and a chance to tie us straight back up here. Will be Nico Perez, 30-yard penalty. Perez with the swing, easy as you like, one of the top penalty takers in the world. Nico Perez, we see it year after year in the high goal levels. As Nico Perez rides back to the center of the ground. We are back tied up here, 5 goals apiece. Early penalty exchanges here in this third of our 5 chuckers. Players back in the center. Ball goes in play. Picked up now again by the very impressive Santos Iriarte. MVP by some distance in their opening victory against St. Meme. As it gets sent long down the ground. Looking to see if he can find Jean-Francois Decaux. Jean-Francois Decaux now being pushed hard as Decaux. Oh, can't quite pick up the near side play. It was good defensive play by Aquatantes. It's taken round now by Nico Perez again. The play just slowing down a little bit here in this third chucker. It's a hot day here just outside of Paris as Nico Perez making the most there of the space given to him by Antonio Hegyi. Still now with Nico Perez. Goes in between Diego Kavanagh and Ben Hurakiza. Nico Perez looking to go the distance himself here. Nico Perez with a big neck shot up towards the goal. It's going to run close. It's going to run, though, to the left-hand side of the goal mouth. Jean-Francois Decaux, he comes back. This time chooses the under the neck shot towards the goal, choosing to clear it right away from danger initially as Hegyi comes round now on the near side. The ball, though, picked up now by Diego Kavanagh. Akisa, he's hooked up the play by Laulay. Decaux went for a swipe of the stick as well, as here now comes Nico Perez on the near side. Perez taking on Akisa. Diego Kavanagh, he's there as well. The ball just getting a little bit stuck on the boards as Diego Kavanagh fighting hard there with Hegyi. Look at the work being done there by Akisa to take away Hegyi and allow Diego Kavanagh the time and space to send it long down the ground, looking to see if he can find Jean-Francois Decaux. Decaux appealing for the foul. The umpires say play on as Antonio Hegi gives the ball back to his captain, Nico Perez. Nico Perez out in front of Akisa. Look at the speed there of Nico Perez, just keeps it close. Now leaves it for Laulay. Laulay beaten to it by Decaux. Good defense at the front there by Jean-Francois Decaux as Bertrand Laulay turns and faces under the stick. Oh, it's met, and it's Jean-Francois Decaux who's got away, and the green grass now of Chantilly Polo Club is there for Jean-Francois Decaux. Decaux takes it up over the halfway line, but leaves the ball behind on the near side, and away now comes Nico Perez. Just takes a little bit of a check on the pony. Diego Kavanagh coming in on the near side, picked away now by Iriarte. Santos Iriarte leaves the ball now for Diego Kavanagh. Kavanagh swoops back around. With him there is Ben Hurakisa. Diego Kavanagh asking the umpires if any foul was there. They say nothing for the time being, so he will come back, take control. We're halfway through this third chuck, and now as Diego Kavanagh sends a pass, and Akisa, he'd managed to slip through. It's Ben Hurakisa with the tap. Great defensive play there by Bertrand Laulay. He got the tail backhand. Still there now with Antonio Hegi, but the umpires are going to stop the play here as we have a look to see. Antonio Hegi came round there in front of Diego Kavanagh. He felt was worth it right there in front of the goal, but it is going to be a close penalty right from the spot in favour of Brittany Polo Club, and a chance now to make it 6-5. So it looks like it's going to be Ben Hurakisa again as we just have a look at the audience here in their droves today. So Ben Hurakisa just from the spot. He's already got 3 goals to his name today. Can he make it goal number 4 here? Hurakisa steps up, swipes it through, easy as you like. The goal is scored, and it is Ben Hurakisa who makes it 6-5 now. And the players make their way back to the field. Centre of the field, I should say. Kazak, semi-finalists in Spain this year. Made a really great impression. Check out the highlights on the social media channels. Nico Perez, one of truly the greatest goals you will ever see. Next shot out the air. They bring their talents now to this quarter-final here in Chantilly, with Nico Perez now looking to take on Santos Iriarte, who waits. Nico Perez just toying there with the young number 1 of Brittany Polo Club still now. Look at now Bertrand Laulay taking away the man to give Nico Perez a bit more space. Sends it long, looking to see if he can pick up the runner in Laulay. Laulay is coming through, and it's great interplay there between Nico Perez and Bertrand Laulay. Bertrand Laulay just getting the finishing touches there, and Kazak come back to the centre of the ground. It's another goal for Bertrand Laulay, and that was all about the patience of Nico Perez, who sent it long, put it right there on the doorstep. Bertrand Laulay came through, and he gets another score for his side. Goal number 3 for Bertrand Laulay. 6 goals apiece. Both of these sides unable to get any kind of distance between each other. Kazak still yet to be in the lead, but they're not letting Brittany Polo Club put any daylight between them. But here now comes Diego Kavanagh. Diego Kavanagh showing the speed, coming back in defence. This time is Laulay. Diego Kavanagh, next shot towards the goal, wide to the right-hand side, unable to convert this time round. So it will be Kazak with the ball on the back line, and we really now are entering the final stages of this first half, with just over 30 seconds until you hear the first buzzer go. And it will be Bertrand Laulay. So much confidence being shown in his young teammate. Nico Perez allowing Laulay to take the knocking off the back line. Nico Perez sends it up towards the centre of the ground. Didn't quite get the clean connection on it. Santos Iriarte comes round onto it, but it's stolen away by Laulay again, and Beltran Laulay looking to go now. He's got the run up the front in Aguadump, but he's going to look to go himself here. Beltran Laulay being chased by Akisa. Beltran Laulay, ball just bounces up into the air once on the near side, on the offside. Beltran Laulay, what a goal that is, Beltran Laulay, and what a performance we have seen in this first half. Beltran Laulay, he gets goal number 4 of his own for the day. 15 years of age, Beltran Laulay running to the left-hand side of Ben-Hur Akisa with the tap, picked up the bounce of the ball, and for the first time today, as we head towards the end of the first half, Kazak, they have the lead. And that was such great work done again between both Nico Perez and Beltran Laulay as the buzzer has gone. So we will head into the first half break here on Polo Line TV, and Kazak they lead 7-6 for first quarter final of the French Open.
Out of the tournaments here in France, if it's not the most important, it's one of the best for sure. You have 18 teams, 16 goals, really competitive. The fields are really good, and you have really good organizations. Teams that come from all over the. You have English teams, German teams. A lot of French teams. Last year, at least with me, it was the first time. This is the second year. Last year was really competitive too. We lost in the semi. Luckily, we are here again, and we prepare well. We bring more horses from Argentina, and Brittany is a team, an organization with a lot of history, especially in England. And Jean-François didn't play much in France. I think this is his 3rd year. So yeah, happy to be here with him. Brittany Polo Club, probably Jean-François can tell you better, or Witt, or Thierry, or the guys, even Rodrigo Rueda, that is not here, but he's a big part of this organization, and probably they can tell you better than I do, but we were lucky to go, before coming here, we were lucky to go to Brittany, which is in La Baule. It's his club. He has 3 fields that he had spent a lot of money this year with Batro, and the fields are really good, and they play this year. They play 8 goals, and he's really looking forward of playing more polo in Brittany, which is in La Baule, which is a great place that you have a beach and nice restaurants, a good hotel for the family also to enjoy and spend time during their summer vacation.
Form is emptiness, and emptiness is form. Form is nothing other than emptiness, and emptiness is also nothing other than form.
Y yo casi siempre juego de 4, por ahí me toca a veces de 3, que me gustan las dos en realidad. Vegeta, Barto, Facundo, hay un montón. Pablo, capaz que también, pero no puedo decir más.
Soy Chulo Guerrero y estoy jugando en el equipo de ESO, en el bajo handicap. Y siempre me sentí más cómodo de chico jugando de back, pero bueno, si toca jugar en otra posición también lo hago, pero sí.
Que siempre vi las copas de plata y del oro del mediano, del alto handicap acá en Soto, y la verdad que sería un sueño lograr, bueno, ya participar en este torneo es un sueño y lograr levantar una de esas 2 copas sería la verdad un logro de acá a 2 o 3 años.
La posición que más me gusta es jugar al medio, de 3 especialmente. El tiro que más me gusta es el palo abierto.
No, y me gusta jugar mucho de 2. Ahora me está tocando bastante de 1 también. Y tiro por ahí el cogote, el que me sale. Y bueno, bajando era un desastre, el que menos como me siento.
Pero bueno, el objetivo mayor es el abierto o alguna copa importante en Argentina, cámara, no sé, lo que considera lo común.
La Copa de Oro en Inglaterra.
Me gustaría ganar, no sé, la cámara por ahí. Es una copa muy difícil, que nada, que este año no la voy a jugar, pero capaz que el año que viene me divertiría mucho jugarla.
Pues del alto, Rufino, la hablé, claro, sí. Como nos parece que lleva jugando 20 años al polo y tiene 13 años nada más. Y encima es muy simpático, así que sí.
Y ahora la Copa de Oro acá en Sotogrande y nada, en Argentina ganar siempre lo más posible y apuntándole lo más alto posible.
In the last couple of years and growing up, I played 3 quite a lot, whether it's 4-man polo or out here and playing 3. So I think I feel most comfortable there, or sometimes 1, but 3 is I think my most preferred position. I feel most comfortable there.
Posición y medio de 2 o de 1, medio para adelante. Y el tiro más cómodo, qué sé yo, cogote o para adelante, siempre todo más para adelante.
La Copa de la Reina y la Copa de Oro, esos 2 torneos serían los más importantes y después tratar de, si se puede, empezar a jugar torneos como la Cámara o esos torneos, estaría muy bueno.
De back, sí, de back. Jugador favorito, Juan Martín Mir.
De posición creo que juego más adelante, siempre juego de 2 o de 1. De Vegeta, la verdad que distinto.
¿Tenés?
Sí, siempre está bueno volver a jugar con él. Desde acá hasta lo que nos queda del año vamos a jugar juntos, así que nada, está buenísimo, hay que disfrutarlo y bueno, no arrancamos tan bien, pero hay que mejorar y meterle a lo que viene.
So welcome back here. players beginning to make their way back out onto a field for the second half. Score progression you can see there. It's been tight. 2 goals apiece, 4 goals apiece. 7 goals to 6 at the end of a third, and that is Kazak as well with their lead for the first time. What is amazing, each of the chukkers Kazak have scored with the last hit of the chukker. 7 goals to 6 they lead. Brittany Polo Club undefeated in this tournament so far. There's that one stat I'll draw your eyes to pretty quickly. 5 field goals, 2 for Brittany, 5 for Kazak. And look at the throw-ins. Brittany Polo Club, they have won 10. Kazak just for 3, and yet the scoreboard is in favour of the red shirts of Kazak. The penalties have been perfect by both sides. Worth pointing that out as well. Nico Perez, a couple of close penalties for Kazak. Benno Akisa, he's had 3 close penalties and 1 beautiful 60-yard penalty as well. But a lot of running polo. The lack of field goals perhaps doesn't tell the complete story. It's been a really enjoyable first half of polo here in Shanti, and it is the first of our 3 quarterfinals today. This one being played as well for La Copa Berta. And the big one happens at 5 o'clock. We've got the champions, Talon Dracus. They are in town playing La Magdalene. As we look to get going now, and it is Kazak picking up the ball again with Antonio Hegi. Hegi gives it now to his captain, Nico Perez. Perez sends it long, and it's Aguadant making his way towards the goal. Sebastian Aguadant for Kazak with the shot, but just wide to the right-hand side. Really doing a good job stretching the play here. The number 1 for Kazak. We've already seen him score earlier on in the game, the goal that brought an end to the second chukker. Great play by Nico Perez, sending it long to him, but this time the ball goes wide over the back line, and it will be here now with Akisa. Sends the ball out to the left-hand side. He's looking for Diego Kavanagh. Kavanagh swoops in front of Antonio Hegi. The umpires have a look, and they're not going to get away with it. Quick spot there by Antonio Hegi, picking up the line. Very quick to it as we have a look here. He was originally looking at Akisa, and then seeing that ball just dropping short, runs up, picks up the line. Good experience there by Antonio Hegi, and it will be a close penalty now for Kazak. Look here, some amazing horses we've seen throughout this tournament. All of the highlights available for you across our social media channels, as we say. And on Tuesday, as I mentioned, we have the opening of the Argentine season, the 58th Abierto del Jockey Club Copa Thai Polo. We have a game a day for you live on Polo Line TV, as well as the semis and the final. Nico Perez with the 30-yard penalty, easy as you like, and for the first time today, one of his sides has gone 2 goals clear, and it's Nico Perez with the 30-yard penalty, making sure it is Kazak that have done that. 8 goals to 6, they now lead. Nico Perez, his 3rd penalty of the afternoon, and that has him 1 behind the leading goal scorer, Facundo Solo, who we're seeing later on with Esso against La Berta, as it's here now with Jean-Francois Decaux. Jean-Francois Decaux looks to get there in front of Aguadant. Good play though by Aguadant, gave it to Hegi. Hegi couldn't get the run on the play this time, as it's picked up now by Diego Kavanagh. Diego Kavanagh there in front of Nico Perez. Again, the 2 captains come together as Diego Kavanagh just gets a little bit of a dummy on the backhand. With him there is Akisa. Akisa picks it up. Nico Perez, he went for it, appealing for a foul. The umpires this time let it go, as Akisa just taps the ball to the left-hand side. Now has a bit of space open up from here. The number 4 now for Brittany Polo Club. Long drive down the ground, looking for Jean-Francois Decaux. Going back with him every step of the way, though, is Sebastian Aguadant, and is left now for Beltran Laulay. Laulay with the tail backhand, looking again for Perez. Jean-Francois Decaux coming in quickly there. Nico Perez in between Decaux and Kavanagh. These 2 long-time teammates, Decaux and Kavanagh, as it's sent long down the ground by Nico Perez, looking to see if he can find Hegi. It's Hegi now on the near side, getting away from Benno Akisa. It's, Antonio Hegi was gone, but Akisa quick to it. Nico Perez makes sure that momentum keeps going forward here for Kazak with a big neck shot. Nico Perez through the goal, and what a goal that is by Nico Perez. 9 goals to 6, and it's a 2nd goal early on here in this second half for the... just wait a second. Brittany Polo Club claiming here that it went wide to the right-hand side of the goalpost, and the umpires, they look like they're going to agree with him, and it's here now with Diego Kavanagh. Kavanagh with the tap. Waiting with him there is Antonio Hegi. So Nico Perez, to be fair to him, straight away I think said that one did go wide, taking the question away as the near side backhand played, but turning onto it first is Diego Kavanagh. Kavanagh in defence here for Brittany Polo Club, using their Iriarte as the blocker. He does so much work for his teammate Santos Iriarte here in the defensive side, as it's picked up again by Diego Kavanagh. Taking it now towards the centre of ground. Coming to him is Nico Perez. The 2-8 goalers meet again as Nico Perez claiming he had the space. Has a look round. The umpires have said play on as well. Diego Hall, he's come back onto it. He thought he was away there, Nico Perez. Spins back round, but Kavanagh, he meets him and he's stolen it. And it's Diego Kavanagh with the ground of Shanti Polo Club in front of him. Diego Kavanagh with the tap towards the goal. Nico Perez, is he going to catch him? Yes, he is, but Kavanagh quick there, but it's wide to the left-hand side. Good pressure by Nico Perez, just making up there as Diego Kavanagh went away. He thought he was going to make it a one-goal game. Have a look here on the instant replay. Diego Kavanagh, big bump and a ride-off right at the end there by Nico Perez, just forcing it wide to the left-hand side. So it will be Kazak to bring it away again. Reaching the halfway point here of this fourth and penultimate chukker. We'll be back, remember, 5 o'clock French time, 4 o'clock in the UK. As it's sent into the field there by Beltran Laulé. Player of the first half, you feel, Beltran Laulé, as it's picked up now by Nico Perez. Perez, who's really making early statements here in this second half, as it's sent now up towards Akisa. Akisa with the open backhand, looking to see if he can give it to Diego Kavanagh. In swoops now, though, Beltran Laulé. Laulé with the tail backhand, looking for Antonio Hegi. Hegi now just getting there in front of Iriarte, but the umpires say the ball has gone over the board, so it will be a drop ball for Brittany Polo Club. It is a hot day in France, 30 degrees, so players will be given every chance to go and change when needed. But out here in the action, it's sent down there by Ben Hurakisa, looking now for Diego Kavanagh, taking away the player. Good work by Iriarte, just allowing there Diego Kavanagh. Dances the dance round the Kazakh defense, but is picked up instead by Hegi. Hegi now gets in front of Iriarte, slows it down, look for Laulé. Laulé and Perez both calling for the pass, and it's delivered superbly and coming through at speed. The defense is parting away for Nico Perez with the approach shot being chased by Diego Kavanagh, and it's Nico Perez. He has dominated this fourth chukker. He gets his third goal of it, and it is now 9 goals to 6. Sorry, his second goal of this fourth chukker. Nico Perez, he makes it 9-6, and Kazak beginning to run away with it here in the fourth and penultimate chukker. Nico Perez in front of Diego Kavanagh. A minute and a half left here in this fourth chukker. The semi-finalists in Spain in the Gold Cup, Kazak, they look to be getting closer to that as well here. This first quarter-final. The semi-finals, they will be live for you on Friday on Polo Line TV, as it's here now with Ben Hurakis. Oh, he just lost his stick. Not at the time he wanted to as well. Good sporting play there by Sebastian Aguitan. Just stops there, picks up the stick for the opposition players. The other players just come to a standstill. The umpires won't stop the play. So it's going to be here with Beltran Laulé. Laulé with the tap, gives it straight back sportingly there, but couldn't make most of it there, Diego Kavanagh. So it's going to be here now with Nico Perez. Perez with the tap, seconds remaining here before the first buzzer goes in this fourth chukker. Nico Perez looking to get double digits on the board. Can they follow the familiar pattern of scoring right at the end of each chukker? If they do, they really will have a convincing lead going into the last. Or can Brittany Polo Club go down the other end? They're going to need to get it off Antonio Hegi, and quick as well as Hegi with the near side shot, looking for Aguitan. Aguitan with the shot, with the near side, running towards the goal, but it's just gone wide to the right hand side. That will be an end to the fourth chukker, and it's been a good one. 2 unanswered goals for the team in red, and they lead this first quarter-final 9 goals to 6, and the pressure is on the undefeated Brittany Polo Club side, and that final chukker will be live for you here on Polo Line TV.
Fatigué d'avoir l'air fatigué?
Faites le break avec le nouveau soin Hydra énergétique de L'Oréal Men Expert, enrichi de 2 actifs anti-fatigue, vitamine C, protéines et Smatch. La peau est hydratée, énergisée, puis fraîche.
Nickel, comme après une bonne nuit de sommeil.
Découvrez le soin Hydra énergétique de L'Oréal Men Expert.
Parce que vous le valez bien.
So we come back out then for the 5th and final chukka. And look at that scoreboard read, 9 goals to 6. Brittany Polo Club unable to trouble the scorers there in that 4th chukka. But they will have a ball on the back line. They survived that last attempt. Just going wide to the right-hand side by Sebastian Aguatan. So it's going to be here with Brittany Polo Club. What can this undefeated team in white do? Jean-Francois Decaux, so used to being on the podium come the end of the championship. He's going to want his side to get back there here with Ben Harakisa with the ball on the back line. We do play HPA rules here in this French Open. So if either side is out in front come that first buzzer, that will be the end of this contest. If we are tied, we will play the final 30 seconds after that first buzzer goes and head into overtime as well. Do hang around after the game. We'll show you the stats and figures, the stories of this opening quarter-final. Then we have a bit of a pause. 5 o'clock local time here in France. We have the champions, Town and Trackers, playing against La Magdalene. La Magdalene finalists in the Queen's Cup over in the UK. As it's sent out to the right-hand side. Looking to pick it up now is Diego Kavanagh. What spell does this 8-goal captain of Brittany Polo Club have up his sleeves in this final period of play? Diego Kavanagh sends it up long down the ground, looking to see if he can find the runner, and he's got one there, but quicker defenses. Laule Iriarte won't make the play, and Nico Perez just swooping in. He has been so dominant in this second half here. Nico Perez tapping it back round, uses Laule as the blocker. They play so well at the back of the field here. Beltran Laule just wowed the audiences. Joined the British Open, Beltran Laule, his level of experience playing in the number 4 shirt at just the age of 15 with the finalist Dubai, and we're seeing more of it out here in this game as well as it goes long down the ground. Picked up by Aguatan, Sebastian Aguatan, he's got away, and it's going to be up here to Ben Harakisa. Harakisa comes round on the near side. He had to be quick, but he's left it behind, and Antonio Hege comes in, the open flick back, and then Antonio Hege has put double digits on the board here for Kazak, and they are well in control. They've got momentum, and they lead this game 10 goals to 6. Antonio Hege, that is his first goal of this quarter-final, and what an important one it could be as well. 4 goals now separating these two sides as the players come back to the centre. As the players line up. Jean-Francois Decaux just waiting at the front, hoping the ball comes through, and it's picked up, and they need to go now, and they're going with Diego Kavanagh. It's Ben Harakisa. He's got Kavanagh behind him. Kavanagh just telling his player where to go, just comes in behind, swoops the dance round as it's still here now with Ben Harakisa. Harakisa goes to the left-hand side, in between. Oh, it's stolen by Nico Perez away, just in front of Diego Kavanagh, and Nico Perez, he looks to go, takes it up over the halfway line. Nico Perez going back with him is Kavanagh. Nico Perez just brings the horse down to a slowdown. Nico Perez still takes it up towards the 60. Is this goal number 11? Is Perez with the shot towards the goal? He hasn't got the accuracy. Antonio Hege, oh, it's against the post. It bounces back and stays in play, and that could have really been the nail on the coffin here for Brittany Polo Club, but they come away now with Diego Kavanagh. Couldn't quite get the clean contact on the ball. Still unable to trouble the scorers here in this second half, Brittany Polo Club, and they're looking to bring it away now with Diego Kavanagh. Kavanagh sending it out to the left-hand side, looking to see now if he can find his teammate Santos Iriarte. Iriarte looking to take on Aguatan. What a great game, the number 1 for Kazak has had, and it's a great near side backhand in defence this time as well, as Antonio Heggie, he swoops in. Diego Kavanagh gets the hook. Jean-Francois Decaux reaches out, gives it back now to Diego Kavanagh. Oh, look at a reach out there by Heggie, but he couldn't reach out far enough first time. He does second time. It's on the doorstep. It's Ben Hurakisa. He makes it 10 goals to 7, and they needed that one, and they got it. And Brittany Polo Club refusing to go away yet. Jean-Francois Decaux just gives his teammates a bit of encouragement, and it's Ben Hurakisa with the score for his side. Sorry, no, it's Jean-Francois Decaux. It's Jean-Francois Decaux with the score, 10 goals to 7. Jean-Francois Decaux, his first goal of this contest. 10 goals to 7. They needed to get that one, and they did. The backhand played there by Antonio Heggie. Looking now for Nico Perez. Perez takes it up down the boards. This could be goal number 11. Can they stop the comeback before it even gets going? Nico Perez with the next shot, but it's going to go wide right to the goalpost. So still time. 3 minutes until that first buzzer goes. Goal by Antonio Heggie early on in this fifth chukker. Got double digits on the board, but they're just refusing to go away for the time being. Brittany Polo Club and Ben Hurakisa sends it out left. Again, the contact wasn't there, but unable to meet it this time. Nico Perez appealing for the foul. The umpires have a look. They're happy for the time being, but they do then blow the whistle. Diego Kavanagh thought he was getting away. He had to take the risk. And it's going to be so the penalty for hit there by Nico Perez. Apologies, a slight delay there as it's brought away now. Still here. Apologies, we have a slight disconnection there as it's brought away by Kazak, looking to make it goal number 11 here. It's picked up here. Ball right on the back line there. And it ended up going wide to the left-hand side. So come away down the ground now. In defence here with Kazak. We are into the final stages of this game. The ball there on the boards. Ball clear here. Long drive down the ground. Looking to see if he can pick up the runner. Kazak are looking like they are going to be the first team in the semi-finals here. Coming through, looking to make it 11 goals to 7. Coming back in defence there. The Brittany Polo Club, apologies here for the slight break up in the connection. But it remains 10 goals to 7 in favour of Kazak. And it is going to be the team in red. Kazak making their way into the semi-finals, those games to be played on Friday. And the score is gone forward to 11 goals to 7. So apologies there towards the end of the game. We did have some slight connection issues, but you didn't miss a big comeback from Brittany Polo Club. It is Kazak who win the opening quarter-final of this game, 11 goals to 7. Second half performance by Nico Perez and Kazak. Beltran Laulay, the dominant figure in the first half of the game. And it is Kazak in red who have made their way into the semi-finals this coming Friday. Jean-Francois Decaux and his side, Santos Iriarte, a great tournament by the one-goaler. Benno Akiza and Diego Cavanas. We have a look at the score progression there. It was tied all the way through right until the last shot of the first half. 7 goals to 6, 9-6 they then led, 11 goals to 7. Kazak eventually running out the winners in a very dominant second half performance by Nico Perez. Beltran Laulay, as we mentioned, so pivotal to everything they did in the first. You see there the Kazakh side making their way towards their tent, taking the celebration. What a moment that is for Sebastian Aguitan. He got on the scoreboard right at the end of the first chakra, and a great game by him. You see Beltran Laulay behind taking the plaudits as well. Nico Perez, so good, captaining his side so well in this game, and what a moment it is for Kazak. They were semi-finalists in Sotogrande. That season incidentally coming to an end today. Antonio Heggie, what a moment as well for him. We saw him playing with the Black Bears organisation in the UK as well. He's had a great season here in Chantilly. And Beltran Laulay, the player of that first half. We're going to see who the side gets the MVP. You fancy it's going to be between Beltran and Nico Perez. But Kazak will be the first side in the semi-finals this coming Friday. We will have a break now in between the games. The next game taking place at 5 o'clock French time, as we move over to an interview with Beltran Laulay. So that is the confirmation there that Beltran Laulay, the MVP player in this opening quarterfinals. We have a look at the story of the game. 8 goals to 3. In terms of field goals by Kazak. They did come back slightly in terms of throw-ins, but still Brittany Polo Club dominated those throw-ins. Not too many fouls, the penalties perfect by both sides. 3 out of 3 for Kazak, 4 out of 4 for Brittany Polo Club. But at the end of the day, the main story of that game is Kazak winning out 11 goals to 7 against Brittany Polo Club. They will take their place in the semi-finals on Friday. That game, of course, will be live, and all of the quarter-finals left to go today. We will be back with you in just about 4 hours or so for the second of our quarterfinals. The champions, Talon Trackers, they are in town against La Magdalene. But from all of us here, the opening game of the Open de France de Polo here at Chantilly, produced by Polo Line TV. A big thank you, and we will see you later on.